You may have seen this picture in the past weeks. What appears as the most ordinary and harmless anime girl will, as you squint her eyes or zoom out, transform into the troll face right in front of your eyes. In this video I will uncover the secrets of this mystery by reproducing it and apply the same technique to Jerma's legendary smile. Credits go to user itsAZ who posted it on an AI subreddit, calling the technique hybrid image, with AI just being another upgrade. Now this was made using a proprietary AI service I do not have access to. I'm gonna use Stable Diffusion, which is a free and open AI for text-to-image generation. I'm running it on my computer with Automatics interface on GitHub. If you don't have a computer or graphics card, you can also find free online websites and services like Hugging Face that will run it with any device with a browser. So let's just dive right in with the instructions from the post. Here we have the Stable Diffusion interface. First thing, I loaded the version 2 model, and then we switch to the Image-to-Image tab. Insert the troll face and adjust a few parameters. Most are obvious, and the AI itself is driven by CFG scale and denoising strength. These are not trivial to explain, so I suggest looking up a detailed explanation and either copying my values or just playing around. Now let's start with a simple version of the author's original prompt. And the first pictures are coming in. They look pretty promising, though not all of them are coherent. But you can already see the scarf thing the author talked about, which is a pretty good sign to me. So I'm just giving the AI a bit more creativity and then just trying to get a sense for how this works. After a few tries, the images ended up looking too much like a cartoon, too simple, so I decided to add a shading keyword to the text prompt. And while this did improve something about the results, we're just not quite there yet. So I followed the instructions and inserted a slightly modified shaded troll face picture that I got from the author's data. While the results did look cool, including an epic troll face scarf, the images actually began looking overly realistic instead, and I was simply not going anywhere with all this. And that's when I decided to look up the AI the author used and realized it's a specialized anime model. Luckily, Stable Diffusion also has a specialized anime model, so okay, without much further talking, let's just plug it in and see what we can get with this. Oh no, this is actually something. It's pretty good. We're very close. I just need to keep tweaking a bit and trying until I get a good result. Now I will spare you the experiments this time and just show a time-lapse of my attempts instead. Enjoy! And this one looks promising. The next step involves photoshopping. I'm using GIMP, but any advanced photo editor should work as well. It's all pretty generic image operations. First, we take the image and extract what the author calls the high frequencies. Here it basically means we need a simple image of single colored areas and sharp outlines. GIMP offers color curves, where you can accomplish this by turning the color curve into a hard 90-degree jump. Next, we take the troll face and we need to apply blur. It should be a type of blur that does not smear the image across the entire frame, so I would not use Gaussian blur. GIMP has tileable blur, which works pretty well for this. Finally, we alpha blend the two images together. The alpha factor has to be the right value. If you set it too high or too low, then either the enemy picture or the troll face will fade away in the later steps. By the way, you might consider getting the seed of the image and entering it in the interface. So now we slap the image back into Stable Diffusion and continue like before. This one seems to be the best and will be the one I'm proceeding with. Now we're doing the same again in GIMP. By the way, you can also use high pass instead of color curves. Finally, we just need a little bit of refining and we get this result. The similarity is incredible, isn't it? It does have differences to the author's image, but this is down to details in the process and different AI model used. Anyways, as promised, next up is Jerma, and wow, this one was tough. I already generated an image this time. It works the same way, but now instead of color curves, I'm using a high pass on it, because that works much better with colored images. And then we take the blurred face and blend them together. Instead of turning the teeth into a scarf, I wanted something different this time, and tried going for either a collar or a pandemic mask, which the AI sort of did understand most likely, but I think that wasn't really easy for it. After many attempts, these are some of my best results. Feel free to comment what you think, and if these make for some glorious shitposting. Finally, I would like to advise against keeping the seed with colored images, as it might end up looking like sunburn or a professional outdoor swimmer in East Palestine in America, apparently. Oh, and by the way, I noticed the web interface has this script that could maybe generate all of this in an automatized fashion. I tested it and you can see yourself. It's not quite on the same level, but I think with some experimenting this could have some potential. So yeah, see you until next time. Comment what you think of all this, if you want another video like this, if you want more time lapses with even more epic memes. There's tons of stuff out there to turn into this, right? Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya.